Aristotle introduced us to the 5 senses. That's our ability to hear, our ability to see, our ability to feel, and our ability to smell and taste. And in my book, I talk a lot about the senses, and I also talk about 5 additional senses, which are these 5 senses turned inward. So our ability to see pictures in our heads with our eyes closed, for example. Our ability to hear something that's not going on in our outer world. Our ability to feel what's going on in our inner world, for example, our emotions. And even our ability to smell and taste, maybe something that we imagine when we close our eyes. All meditations pretty much are based on one or more of these 10 senses. Even if it's a meditation that's focusing on the breath, we're focusing on our ability to feel that breath, our ability to hear that breath. Most of us are usually better at 1 or 2 senses than the others. For example, we might be better at closing our eyes and seeing pictures in our heads than we are at closing our eyes and hearing things that are going on in our outer world, or vice versa. So if you're working with children and teaching them meditation, it's helpful to know what their strengths are. What senses are they really good at? And one way you can find that out is to lead them through an experience. For example, closing their eyes and imagining a tree. And afterwards, you can ask them, was it more fun to see the tree in your mind? Or was it more fun to hear wind going through the leaves of that tree? Or was it more fun to pretend to feel the bark of that tree? And so if they tell you that it was more fun to see the picture of that tree, then you know that when it comes to meditation, that they're very visual. So if you're introducing the child to meditation, it's good to focus on that sense and to lean your meditations toward their guided, whatever you're guiding them through, their meditation, their journey, through seeing images in their mind. And then over time, what you want to do is incorporate the other 9 senses, so eventually they're really strong at all of them. So before they started meditating, they weren't very good at closing their eyes and hearing things going on in their outer world. After they've been practicing for a long time, and they get really good at that. Or if they weren't very good at closing their eyes and feeling their inner world and feeling their emotions, then after the practice, for a few months, for example, then they get really good at that. And it's also really important that you, as a person guiding them through the experience, know what senses you're good at. And this is because the way you guide the child will be affected by what senses you're really good at. For example, if you are very auditory and you're really good at hearing things going on in your outer world, then you might use words when you lead the child through their experience that have to do with hearing things. And if that's not what they're good at, then it's going to be frustrating for them. For example, if they're really good at seeing images instead. Right. So I hope that helps you, and may all of your meditations be sensational. Thank you.